People pay thousands of dollars for courses that teach what I'm about to hand you for free. The exact way to find discounted properties, the simple math that tells you the most you should offer, the contract that locks up a deal but lets you walk away for any reason and owe nothing, and the second contract that turns it into a check in your name. Then I'm giving you the two contracts free. Zero money, zero license, zero risk of getting stuck. All you need is to soak up what I'm teaching and take daily action. This is the deep dive on the first rung of the ladder system. Let's climb. In the last video, I showed you the whole ladder, 4 rungs from zero to real, lasting wealth. Today is rung 1, in full detail. Here's the entire play in one sentence. You find a house the owner needs gone, you agree on a discounted price, you lock it up with a contract that cost you almost nothing, and then you sell that contract to an investor who pays you a fee. You never buy the house. You never swing a hammer. You control the deal and you get paid for finding it. So this video has 4 parts. Find it, value it, lock it, sell it, and at the end, I'm giving you the complete contract package. Both contracts fill in the blank checklist for each one and a seller's disclosure form. 16 pages completely free. Stick with me. Every part of this builds on the last one. But before you go looking for a single deal, there's one thing almost every beginner skips. And skipping it burns their entire marketing budget. You need a place for sellers to reach you. Before you send one letter or make one call, decide how responses get captured. Think about it. If a motivated seller calls you back and nobody answers and there's no voicemail worth leaving a message on, that lead is gone. They're calling the next investor on their list. You've got 3 simple options, and they're all cheap or free. 1. A virtual phone number, like Google Voice. It's free, it forwards to your cell, and it records and transcribes voicemails and emails them to you. Use this number on everything. 2. A simple landing page. One page online that captures their name, contact info, and the property address. If you watched the last video and grabbed my free guide, you've already seen mine in action. And I got my landing page for free. 3. If you grow bigger, a live answering service that takes calls 24 hours a day using your script and emails you the lead sheets or use an AI system. Set up the catch before you cast. Now let's go hunting. Here's where I suggest you get out a notebook and start taking note because you're about to be schooled. Here's the truth about discounted properties. A property sells below market when the seller values speed and certainty over price. Your entire job in this step is to find sellers in that exact situation. So what does that look like? There are 7 signs. Learn these and you'll start seeing deals everywhere. 1. Pre-foreclosure and foreclosures. The owner fell behind on payments and the clock is ticking. 2. Tax delinquency. Unpaid property taxes are stacking up, and the county can eventually take the home. 3. Probate and inherited property. Heirs, often living out of state, got a house they never wanted and don't want to maintain. 4. Divorce. A court timeline is forcing a sale. 5. Tired and absentee landlords. Worn out by tenants, repairs, and distance. 6. Vacant properties and code violations. The house sits empty, fines pile up, and the property becomes a liability the owner wants gone. 7. Financial or life hardship. Job loss, medical bills, a sudden move. Now here's the pro move. Stack the signals. The most motivated sellers show more than one sign at the same time. A pre-foreclosure that's also vacant, owned by someone out of state, with plenty of equity? That's not a lead. That's a flashing neon sign. So where do you actually find these? Let's start with the free sources because remember, we're doing this with no money. Driving for dollars. Get in your car and drive the neighborhoods you want to buy in. Look for rundown houses, fire damage, boarded windows, overgrown lawns for sale. Buy owner signs and empty homes. Write down every address. Then look up the owner on your county's property appraiser website. Public records. This one is a gold mine and almost nobody uses it. County, city, and court websites publish foreclosures, probate cases, bankruptcies, evictions, divorces, code violations, tax delinquent owners, and tax lien sales. It's all public. It's all free. Expired and for sale by owner listings. These owners already want to sell. Even better, connect with a real estate agent who has MLS access and ask them to send you the expired listings in your area every week. Offer them a commission on any property they bring you as a lead that you actually buy, paid after closing. And here's a bonus. That same agent can become the one who sells your rehabbed properties later when you climb to rung 2. Online posts. Post for free on Craigslist, Reddit, Facebook groups, anywhere your local sellers hang out. And join the groups where discounted properties get shared. And build a referral network. Landscapers, cleaners, property managers, contractors, code inspectors, and lawyers specializing in bankruptcy, probate, and divorce. Again, offer them a finder's fee, paid when you close on the property. This keeps them interested in actually giving you the leads. Look at this sample network referral letter. The headline offers to pay them. The opening line says you are going to make their referrals worth their time. Then it lets them know what you're looking for and what's in it for them. It gives your contact info in a PS line, which always gets read. In fact, my letter doesn't just say to call today, it says to call or text today. People can text your Google Voice number just like any regular mobile number, and you can text them back. I have networking business cards, and they're cheap. On my network business cards, I would have my referral program on one side and my business contact info on the other. After all, these people drive by or are directly involved with distressed houses almost every day. Now they got not only my business cards, but my referral program and an incentive to give me leads. Now, once you have a little cash flow, you add the low-cost channels. Purchase targeted mailing lists from quality list providers, 30, 60, and 90-day mortgage delinquencies, absentee owners, pre-foreclosures. Bandit signs where they're legal, and check your town's rules first. Car magnets. Door hangers while you're driving for dollars. Door hangers are very effective. Targeted business cards with an ad on one side, I could hand to prospective sellers or put in their mailbox or door jamb. And the king of them all, direct mail. Let me show you how direct mail actually works, because most people do it wrong. Every letter needs 6 things. A catchy headline. A statement that shows you understand their problem, how you solve it. The concrete benefits. A call to action that tells them exactly what to do. And your contact info. Look at this sample letter. The headline offers relief, not pressure. The opening line says you are not alone because empathy always beats hype. The bullets are honest and specific. A fair cash offer within 48 hours. Close on their timeline. No agents, no commissions. As is, 0 repairs. And the PS carries a guarantee, because the PS is the most read line in any letter. One rule above all of them. Only promise what you can actually deliver. If you can't close in 5 days, don't say 5 days. And here's the level up nobody teaches. Don't send one generic letter to everyone. Match the letter to the list. The pre-foreclosure letter speaks quietly about time and privacy. The fire damage letter says we buy fire-damaged homes as is in the very first line. The out-of-state owner letter talks about selling without ever flying back. Same 6 elements, different opening. Your response rate goes up when the seller feels like the letter was written for them. Because it was. Handwritten letters get better responses over typed letters. One more finding trick, and this one prints leads while you sleep. Send a different kind of typed letter to the professionals who see deals before anyone else. Real estate agents, attorneys who handle bankruptcy, probate and divorce, mortgage brokers, contractors, property managers, code inspectors, even other investors. Tell them what you buy and offer them a finder's or referral fee where your state's law doesn't prohibit it for any lead you close on. For agents, the cleanest version is even simpler. Bring me the fixer before you list it. Represent me on the purchase and earn your commission the normal way. One good relationship here can outproduce a whole mail campaign. So I could do an entire deep dive video on this Find It part alone. So comment below if you want me to do a deep dive on this part. Instead of doing all of the above, you can buy a subscription to PropStream.com. With PropStream, you can quickly research and evaluate properties both on and off market. Target motivated sellers, find cash buyers, compare accurate comps, and much more with their easy and accurate filtering systems. There's a link in the description below for a free trial to our viewers. Go check it out and save yourself time. Okay, now your phone rings. A seller wants out. Now what? Before you offer a single dollar, you need to answer 3 questions. What's it worth fixed up? What will repairs cost? And what's the most you can pay? Question 1. What's it worth fixed up? That number is called the after repair value, or ARV. Here's how you get it. Pull 3 to 5 recent sales of comparable homes in the same neighborhood, called comps. Same size, same beds and baths, in the same area, sold in the last 6 months. If there are differences, you need to adjust your numbers. For example, if the property you're looking at has a pool but the comps don't, you adjust. Pools adjust my numbers by plus $25,000 on average. Then figure out the price per square foot and apply it to your property. Then sanity check it against the estimates on Zillow and Redfin. Your comps lead. The websites confirm? In most cases, the websites show you photos of the property when it was for sale, and I use those when evaluating how improved the property was and what types of improvements I may need for the subject property. Also, PropStream helps you with comps. It makes accessing MLS and public record comps in your area a breeze. Just click on the Comparables and Nearby Listings tab on the Property Details page, and you'll have valuable data right at your fingertips. Question 2. What will repairs cost? Definitely walk the property even if you cannot do an estimate yourself. Make a list of only the very important things that need repair or updating. If you can do the estimate yourself, then do it. Or get up to 3 contractors to bid the work. Estimates are usually free, but you need to work with contractors who can turn around an estimate fast. Even giving a verbal quickly helps. Then, whatever the number is, add 10% for surprises. There are always surprises. Question 3. What's the most you should pay? Here's the simple math that protects you from every bad deal. It's called the 70% rule. Maximum offer equals ARV minus repairs times 0.70. Let's run a real example. Say the house is worth $400,000 fixed up. Repairs come in at $60,000, and with our 10% cushion, call it $66,000. $400,000 minus $66,000 leaves a subtotal of $334,000. Then times 0.7 is $233,800. Your offer would be $233,800. That's your maximum offer amount, unless you think you can get it for less. Lock the contract below that number, and there's more room for potential profit in the deal for both you and your investor to split, making your contract flip even more valuable. Why 70%? Because that missing 30% covers your investor's profit, their holding costs, and their 2 closing costs on buy and sell. If you pay more than that number, you're the one holding a contract nobody potentially wants. And one street smart move before you make your offer: learn your competition. Ask the seller if they've received any written offers, and if they have, ask for a copy. Study it. What price per square foot did they use? What did they deduct for repairs? If your repair numbers are way off from theirs, figure out why. And whenever your offer isn't accepted, follow up and ask what beat you and get a copy. Every rejected offer is a free education. Look, I was never able to use the industry standard 70% formula as my market is highly competitive. Our margins were a lot thinner, and when I started, my initial offers were not being accepted. I needed to learn my competition and adjust before I started landing signed contracts. What I also learned is that the quicker I got my offer out, the more likely I was to get a deal signed. Nowadays, you are competing with institutional investors that give their offers without ever stepping foot on the property. But that's what sets you apart. You visit your lead's property, you meet the lead face-to-face, you build real human connections. Be confident and professional and you will build trust. And I've gotten signed deals where I paid less than the institutions were offering. How? I listened to the lead's problems and my offers solved them. For example, I've heard things like, I can't afford to move. So my solution, I build in money to the seller for moving costs. I offer $3,000 towards moving costs, paid at closing, and offer to give them a week after closing to move out. So I could do an entire deep dive video on this value it part. So comment below if you want me to do a deep dive on this part. Also, you can just use PropStream's built-in calculators and tools to make it easier to break down real estate deals and understand the numbers before you invest. You can find and evaluate deals from start to finish all in one place with PropStream. Now for the next part, people pay thousands to learn. The contract. This is the exact purchase and sale agreement I'm giving you free at the end of this video, and we're going to fill it out together right now, section by section. So I'm going to end this video, and we will pick up on the next video for you to follow along with the actual documents. See link in description to get your documents. Go get your documents, and I'll see you in the next video.